Hi, Dean here. So today I think it's going to be a really short one, but I think it's an important one on how to bring about change. Now, I'm not saying that I have the solution on how to bring about change and make everything better. What I want to address is there is so many views out there that are very focused either on activism or on not doing anything and going against those people who protest and make the effort to go on the road and show their face and fight against or for their cause. I'm sure you've come across this. I'm sure you've heard other people say, well, that's worthless, you're not really helping, you're just throwing petrol on the fire. I've also seen the other extreme where there is really extreme activism and really extreme protest, which is probably slightly over the top. And then those who go against those people who don't wish to protest, who don't wish to go publicly out on the road and fight, and who just, in their little corner, don't consume or don't participate. So I think the best way to look at this is, as always, the golden middle way. If you go out there and you protest, let's take GMO for an example, and you protest against GMO, that's great. You're informing other people, you're standing up for what you want and your cause, which I personally believe is very courageous and definitely a good thing to do. But I also believe that it's equally as important, if not more important, to make sure you don't consume GMO. Or you shouldn't go out there and say, I don't want GMO, but still consume GMO. So you need to find ways, however difficult this may be, to try and not consume whatever you are against. Same with government. If you're against, tax or the way the government does certain things, you need to find solutions and ways to stop participating and being reliant on them. So, I can't go out and say, I'm against government, etc., but half of my funds are being provided by the government. So you need to find ways to do this in whatever country you're in. Now, this may be more difficult or easier depending on the country and how advanced the system is or how they've incorporated you into it. Same goes with banks. You're against banks, you're against them running the world and controlling everything. Well, you need to find ways to stop using the banks. You need to find ways to not use credit cards, to not have a bank account. However difficult that may seem and be, it is possible. It is actually possible. And if you do have to use banks, and again, I'm not advocating to say never use a bank again, because I know how difficult that is. I'm saying try to find ways to reduce it. Potentially try not to use a credit card whenever you can. Try to pay cash. Try to not keep money on your account. And if you have to have an account to receive your salary because you're employed somewhere or you're running a website and you're receiving money and you need a bank account, that's fine. But make sure you only ever keep on the actual account what has to be on there. So the moment you get your salary, go and pick it up. Don't save money on the bank account. I think that's enough of the examples. On the other hand, those people who aren't doing anything at all and they're just being silent and they're not consuming GMO, they're not doing those things, that's great. Maybe they've stopped paying tax or whatever. That's great. That's good. But at the same time, make sure people around you understand why you're doing that, why you're against it. If you want other people to profit from your knowledge or what you've come to realize, you need to make sure you spread that message. And I'm not saying you have to make a YouTube video. I'm not saying you have to start a Facebook page. You need to support whatever is already out there. And trust me, there are millions of people who are advocating those kind of things. And I very often say you don't need to like my videos or share this or share that. you need to do it. Okay, you need to stop consuming GMO. You don't need to share how bad GMO is, but consume it on your end. Of course, as I've said, the right thing to do is probably in the middle. It's not do nothing. Doing nothing, so not consuming GMO, is also doing something. So it's not doing nothing. Not paying your tax is not doing nothing. You're not paying your tax. You're actively protesting against it by saying, I'm not going to pay this. Same with banks. By not using their service, you're actively choosing not to do so. So you are doing something. It's also a question of interpretation on what is doing nothing. So that's really all I wanted to talk about and share with you. Just because lately I've come across a lot of this conflict again between this is the right way and that is the right way, and I don't think there is a right way. I think the right way is in between, and the right way is to do what you feel is the right way to do it. Because there will be many people who feel exactly the same way as you do. So my summary of that is do protest, do be active, do share and spread the word, but also make sure you don't consume or rely to the best of your ability on whatever it is you go against.